From Simanaha Siksa, splendid instructions to our mind. And that's the main message Krishna gives in Bhagavad Gita. Manmana bhava madbhakto. We have to remember Krishna. We have to engage our mind more and more with related to Krishna. And we have to purify our senses. So I will read from we are reading from text number 2, commentary by our present Acharya, Bhakti Vigyan Goswami Maharaj. Since by following the 4 principles, we are trying to avoid sins in our life so that our hearts become purified, we need to clearly understand the nature of sin. There is a lie behind the sin, and that is why Raghunath Das Goswami implores his mind in the first verse, quote, "Give up the lie that make you pretend to be something that you are not," unquote. Very well. In our so-called normal life, when we pretend in one way or another to be God, the enjoyer, we commit certain actions that reinforce this proclivity to deceitfulness. This attempt to deceive God and take something very valuable without paying a proper price for it, unfortunately, lives in a heart of every conditioned living being. Not all conditioned living beings are deceivers, but the proclivity to be deceitful is there in us all. In other words, not everyone is a cheater, but everyone is potential cheater. If we allow this tendency to become manifest, we turn from being potential cheater into actual cheater. The second verse makes us think about how to go on playing our role in the material world and simultaneously, inwardly, find ourselves in the spiritual world in Vrindavan. We are bodily conscious. We have I and mind. And Bhakti Vigyan Goswami Maharaj is giving the only way to remove the ignorance of identified with the body, as we explained in verse 1, is to stand back and look at ourselves with an outward eye from the point of the view of Bhagavad Gita and other scriptures. We take it to Krishna's standpoint. Why does Srila Prabhupada call our path Krishna conscious? It is because of how we should look at everything. There's a very wonderful example given. The first time Srila Prabhupada flew on a plane, and he was going from New York to San Francisco. The plane started approaching San Francisco, and he saw small houses and cars moving on the road, which fascinated him. He started saying, quote, "Look, they are like matchbox," unquote. Then he called his servant and pointed out at the tiny house through the window, which delighted the servant to look at all this together with Srila Prabhupada. Then Srila Prabhupada looked at him and said, quote, "Now imagine how this entire world looks from Krishna's perspective." if it appears so small, even from a plane, and the people running around are very insignificant. So imagine what all this looks like to him. The path of Krishna consciousness means that we look at everything from Krishna's perspective and that we try to see everything in terms of Krishna. If we have learned to see the world from his viewpoint, then we move from the category of the ignorant to the category of the enlightened person. Very wonderful, simple instructions of our Acharya is giving. We are totally insignificant. So when we see the whole creation, how tiny we are compared to that, and still we feel we are something. We are proud of something. But we must know that whatever the good things we have, it's by the mercy of Krishna, not by our own strength. So always remain beggar and humble in that state of mind only, giving the respect to everyone. We will be able to constantly able to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So let's pray to those personalities, beg the mercy, so we can remain attached with chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Wish you all the best.